Hi, my friends. Would you like to do some decorating for August? In today's video, I've got 2 mantles and a side table to show you, and I can't wait. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life. At any age, always on a budget. You know, I'm 73, and I just say that because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank my wonderful subscribers, my dear sweet friends that take the time to watch my videos and comment. You really touch my heart. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. We're going into fall, Halloween, and Christmas, the best time on my channel, I think anyway. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. You know, I think August is what I call a transitional month. Here in California, it's still hot as heck. I mean, it's just horrible. We'll have that almost through October. But I think I like to take that opportunity as a change of seasons for me anyway, because I don't think fall and Halloween and all that is long enough. So I like to get my kitchen decorated. You know, I do a fall Halloween and that type of thing. But it's a month, this month, we are talking about fantasy vacation. So let's do something really interesting and unusual before we do fall next month in September. So on my living room mantle, I'm going to show you my real decorating style. I know I do different mantles every month, but I'm going to show you, I kind of have a Moroccan desert, global, ethnic, rustic look, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to show you a couple ways I do that on my mantle in the living room. And you know, my den is all decorated around Indiana Jones. So on my mantle in there, I am going to do a safari theme. And then the little trunk is going to be decorated all out with Indiana Jones items, just like he got back from a trip and he's kind of unpacking all of his treasures and things. So I think you'll really like it. It's something very different, but you know, I'm kind of, I call myself the queen of theme. I always like to have some kind of theme or some kind of thing I can start as a starting point to decorate from. So anyway, here is my decor for August. I hope you love it. I hope you get so inspired most of all. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome to my decor for August. This month it's all about fantasy vacations, and I wanted to show you what I typically have on my mantle. And it is kind of, to me, kind of a fantasy vacation. Okay, these are the exact same size. As I'm filming this, they don't look the same, but they are the same. Anyway, I wanted to also talk about 2 different options that I use and kind of the reasoning behind. In other words, a little bit on how I style or my thought process behind my mantles. And I love a round mirror over a mantle. To me, most of the mantles, they're so squared off, they have sharp lines, and the round mirror just softens the whole thing. You could also do a rectangle mirror. I do like them going up and down because it makes your eye go to the ceiling more. But my style, I don't know really how I would explain it, but these lanterns that I got at Z Gallery are definitely kind of Moroccan looking, I would say. And I always like to use something either tall on either side, or I'm going to show you a different design on this mantle in a minute where I put the tall item here. So when I put the tall items on either side, that kind of bookcases what I have in the middle, what my center design is. And what I like to put is something that's just a little shorter, and that's this vase with these faux kind of spiky plants. And then to fill in both sides, because I like to have your eye always see something that's in interest. I have my faux coral. So you can see it does look pretty balanced. And again, this is the same height as this one. I don't know why it looks that way, but it's a good way, I think, to start any mantle design. Now, I want to show you a similar design, but something that's a little bit different. Let's take a look. Now, here's another design I do occasionally. Now, this is interesting because I actually started with this kind of ethnic looking statue. I don't know what this is a statue of, but I like the tallness. Now I don't have two of these, I only have one, so I put her in the middle, and then I put on either side my orchid plants. Now you can see I have these adorable little elephant planters here, and I have a very tall orchid arrangement, two orchid leaves, some ferns, some succulents, and these green, like little spirally things. But if you look from a distance, you kind of see the elephants. So this is a case where I actually have something tall in the middle, shorter on the sides, but it has more volume because of the greenery and flowers coming out of the elephant plants. But this is another thing I'll do on my mantle. And I just kept my coral on there, but you could see you could also take the coral away if you want something more simplistic. So I either like two very tall things on either side, or a tall thing in the middle and shorter on either side. I think that formula works really well. Anyway, I hope you like these. All right, it's time to go to my den. We're gonna go on a safari and see what Indiana Jones has been up to. Let's go take a look. Welcome to my Indiana Jones den. And my mantle is all about going on safari. You all, I have this almost the same round mirror. I love a round mirror over a mantle. Let's take a look at my mantle. I did a little piece of my hand-painted zebra cloth. I took a little crate that I had from, I think it was from Williams and Sonoma. I got some things in it. And I always keep the Excelsior because I use it in all my displays. And I have my little traveler's notebook. It's got a passport and pictures of the safari. I've got some binoculars, a little hand-carved rhinoceros. Here is some wine, which I just put an elephant on, so it looks like they got it on safari. And old photos. These are not old photos, they're new photos. They're from the Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland. You can see the zebras there, the water, and you can see the elephant over here. I also have a 1900s, early 1900s camera. Does not work, but who cares? Look at that. It really sells that this whole display is maybe from the early 1900s, maybe out of Africa. Remember that movie? Anyway, I just included some palm fronds. I just stuck them in there. And you have an adorable display. Maybe you went on safari. Maybe you want to go on safari. Anyway, maybe you want to try some African food. Set this up on your table. Buffet table is a party centerpiece. There's always you can use these decor and these displays I'm showing you. All right, let's go see. Indiana Jones just got home. Let's see what he found on his journey, on his expedition. All right, in my little trunk here, we have Indiana Jones returning home. This is a authentic Indiana Jones hat from Disneyland. I do wear when I garden sometimes. I have a little lantern and a pipe and a very old ashtray that came in a set. And I just put it on some palm fronds. So I have a little inkwell here with some pens, and he can write about his expeditions. He looks like he found an old piece of a statue, maybe some brass pieces. And look at these diamonds. I think Indiana Jones just might be really rich now. And he found some old diamond pieces. You can see I have a magnifying glass against it. I have a periscope. He was well prepared for this journey, and I say came back with a lot of treasures. Anyway, I hope you love this. I hope you have some fun with this. Wherever you'd like to go, Germany, wine country, do a whole little centerpiece or display and then have a meal around that. And it's lots of fun. And you can, maybe look up some facts about that place also and share that with your family. It's called a staycation. Anyway, I hope you loved all these. I hope you got so many ideas and got inspired. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.